Hey guys, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. In today's video, we are on day 30 of our free-to-play account, and we are getting that Arbiter. Now, this is just something I kind of fell into trying to rush Arbiter. I ended up saying I wanted to get it before High Katoon, and then I was like, that's going to be bloody hard. We are getting it on the same day as High Katoon. Now, the best I had seen anyone do before this that people were linking me was 34 days. We've managed to do it. We're still on day 29 of play, day 30 of logins. So, you know, I just wanted to see if we could get it in 30 days before the High Katoon. Unfortunately, we're getting it on the same day, but this has been an absolute mission. I'm going to go ahead, do my last Demon Lord, maybe 2 runs if I have to, then give you guys a rundown of the account, talk about what I would do differently if I tried to go and get Arbiter faster next time. Obviously, I had Gnut. I want to talk about him, the impact he's had, and some of like the extra resources I had through Doom Tower, but also the fact that I think you could definitely do these, all the bosses with different stuff. Besides that, everything else I've used has been completely like free units, being the Alice is kind of busted. She's not available anymore. So I want to try and make dungeon teams without using Alice either, because the fact that you get 5 souls on her is just completely busted when you look to Brimstone, especially when you check some of her damage in the Demon Lord as well. But besides that, I do think you could have replacements for Gnut to get through all the achievements that you need to, because at the end of the day, the only things that really you would get bricked on is essentially doing stage 20 of all the dungeons, and then for the Demon Lord, it would just be using more gems on keys. But I want to walk through that because obviously this one, in my download link, we get the Elenaril, we get the Tagoar, we get the Uugo, and we get the Mausoleum Mage. And honestly, these two carried early game so damn hard, and then Uugo's value has just skyrocketed since I got the books to get her to max as well. And the Supreme Gallic has been just really solid in my opinion, but we'll go through all that in a minute. Let's jump over. Let's do our final clan boss keys. You can see here that we are on Nightmare here, and we are at 74.61 in 3 attacks. Let's see if we can get it in the last one. Now, before this, when I did the 40 million damage and 75 million damage, I lucked out. I actually did it on my phone on auto because I was at my son's football training, and I had to sort of, you know, try and make do with what I had. But I took some screenshots of what I managed to do there. So this was on, we had the boss below 50% and he turned to Spirit, which was like perfect for me because that's my best element due to Alice and Tagoar and Uugo having just more survivability. So you can see we got 29.24, we got 27.29, and we got 27.27. I didn't take screenshots of the last couple, but yeah, that's how we managed to do it. We had the 2 keys saved up that we did for the 40 mil. Then I had 1 key in the mail with like 2 hours remaining. So I used that and I bought 2, and then obviously I bought 3 to do the attacks that we've already done. I did also get my first legendary book from the chest as well after that one reset, which was pretty awesome. I haven't had any summons yet, but that was my first legendary skill tome. So let's jump back over into here. We'll do the run. I'll put this on like a 3x speed. We'll see how we go. I'll probably manual the whole thing to try and squeeze it out in this key. But as you can see, just about 20 minutes ago, I got my 2nd key because I went to bed before coming back and doing this because I wanted to generate the keys for free as opposed to spending the extra gems. Let's jump in, let's do it, and let's see how we go. Okay, there we go. We just missed it. Unfortunately, didn't work out the way I wanted that to go. We just ended up short, but we do have the extra key. I've also got a daily mission that I need to use a rare champion in it, so we'll just redo that one. We're at the 98.53. All right, it is what it is. I'm going to skip. I'm going to do a quick one with the achievement for the daily quest, whatever it is the advanced quest, to go ahead and put a rare in, and I'll be back. There we go. Just chuck the Bellower in, put it on full auto, no presets. Job done. Let's head back over here. The missions, as you can see, that is it. The final mission for the Arbiter. Let's take the face off for a sec. Wait, clan mission. Oh, we got a clan mission complete. Cool. But let's go ahead and do this. Boom. Yoink it. Just for screenshots. That's it. And collect. There it is. The Arbiter is right there, ready to go ahead and claim. And let's get it. Boom. You've received Arbiter. Now, we do have the tournament going on. Ideally, you would save this for a CVC or something like that, but we have the tournament going on, so we do actually get a little achievement from that tournament, the champion chase. I popped four voids as well. I got nothing from them, but not even good 3 stars. My voids have been horrible, but my sacreds have completely made up for it. But there we go. Let's go check out the Arbiter on the account, and then I'll give you guys an entire account rundown. Dude feels so good. She's got that nice juicy 80 accuracy because I boosted the Void one first, which is really solid. It means I can just focus on speed when gearing her. Now, as for fodder for her, you can see we've got 4 5-star chickens there. We've got this bad boy at level 40, and we are just working on our final few foods, and then we will be able to straight up a 6-star hers, which is fantastic. So let's give you guys a rundown of the account. Like I mentioned, we are on day 30 of the account. I'm really happy with this time. As for diamonds wasted, or gems wasted, that's one thing I want to talk about. So definite wasted gems that I used were, I had to spend 500 to unlock the elemental crypts, one for a magic unlock and one for a void unlock to make the timings work to be able to push here. I don't know how many. I probably wasted, I want to say, dude, in the arena, I don't even know how many I burnt on buying extra tickets. It was a lot. Let's just put it that way. I burnt a lot on that. Ooh, there's another free win. Yeah, buying extra arena attacks, I couldn't tell you how many exactly. I did also have to refresh in the rush to get one of the breakpoints, and I probably spent like 200 to 300 on refreshing alone just because I had to meet that breakpoint before a day. Yeah, so I probably all up, when you can count wasted gems, I want to say 1 to 2,000, probably around that 14 to 1,500. I don't have an exact count for you. I know there was a definite 500. So just note, if you wanted to do this without wasting gems, you're probably looking at another week and a half to 2 weeks to do it. And to do this type of thing, you've got to, and I didn't prioritize arena at the very start. I should have prioritized arena at the very start and pushed it, and like day 1 started buying extra arena tickets to push up to gold 5 as fast as possible, because it seems like there is, and this is what I've been told, and this is the way it showed out for me, there is a limit to how many times you can be attacked per day, which means if you just push early, you can't get brought back down as long as you keep doing your attacks and refreshing every 15 minutes. The only exception is, as soon as you get up into platinum, there is no limit. You just get punched straight back down, and that's pretty much the way it works. But let's go through, yeah, that's sort of like the way I look at it in timeline, and wasted gems. But hey, at the end of the day, it's not too bad. Look at that. We got, dude, and you can do both of these at the same time. Now, the Marius missions, these are hectic. Like, the requirements on your account with Hydra, with every aspect of the game, you got to pretty much max out the game. These are going to take ages. This one, there's one straight here. There was one, I'm pretty sure. The Nightmare. Yeah, clear stage 14 of the Barbarian Crypt. I'm already boned here. Like, I got no barbarians built. I did get the Haikatoon. We'll build her. I mean, we build a, what's the chick? The farmable chick off of whatchamacallit with the AoE defense break. Maybe we build her, but dude, that one's really annoying for me. And I can't even get old mate from the clan shop because our clan, we started a fresh clan with this. So I haven't even been able to buy parts of him yet. So, you know, we'll just have to slow grind those missions as they go. But let's take a look at the account. So, obviously we started this account with my link in the description, which gives us the Elenaril, the Tagoar, the Mausoleum Mage, and the Uugo. Now, we also started with standard Gallic to unlock the Orc Crypt, and then we took the Supreme Gallic. And then if you watch the early videos on the channel, we used these two to absolutely demolish the Orc Crypt and get some really nice perception gear early on. Like this piece I got on like day 3 or something like that. So we ended up with some really good perception gear by unlocking the Orc Crypt and having it open for 7 days and basically just rushing that thing. It was such a great strategy, but that strategy only works if you're a super giga sweat, and you do have to get a bit of RNG. As you can see, some of the pieces that we got over here as well, you know, that one was pretty solid. That one was pretty solid as well. And then these ones we got from our... I think these are arena pieces, aren't they? Yeah, I think these came from the arena because we were in gold 5. So a lot of cheesy ways to get gear. I didn't actually farm gear once, except for the missions, except for Arbiter missions, and except for a little bit on Spiders 10. I didn't really farm gear besides the missions. All I did was farm fodder and farm masteries. That was pretty much it, because those are the only things that matter in this process. But let's go through the champions themselves. Alice, you can see Alice is on scrap gear. This is still a defense piece. This one was a god piece that I got from her thing. You can see we got the 22 speed on it, which is nice. This one had the 22% crit rate, which was really solid. You know, this one was okay with the accuracy, but not crazy. Once again, this one was defense, but it had the 17 crit rate and the 3 speed, so we slapped that on. Got some farmable pieces for these 2 pieces, and that's pretty much where we slapped her. This one was all right. It had defense main stat, but it rolled 17% attack. The other pieces we got from her, you know, her quests were pretty average, so we just slapped these bad boys on and got her cooking. So she's not crazy geared. It's just the fact that you get her souls, and then you can get brimstone, which gives you massive damage. It makes her crazy in bosses, makes her crazy across the board. Now that Alice is not available, definitely I'll talk about who I would make level 60 instead of Alice. I didn't really use her too much until she got to 5-star sold, and then she really started putting in work. But that was her. Supreme Gallic, you can see he's on 2 farmable pieces here. He's on that one. I can't remember where I got that from. I think that was the second load of gear from the missions or something like that. I can't remember where this one came from. Or maybe it was like just one of my dungeon runs. Not too sure, but this was a really nice piece. And then this one was one of the pieces that we actually started the account with, which had the... Was it? No, that was from the second round. Yeah, I can't remember exactly where these came from. But yeah, still 2 farmable pieces. He does get that one with the crit damage and accuracy, which was nice. This one, accuracy with 11 speed, which was nice. And then this one we got towards the tail end of when we were doing some Spiders 20. So that one came up not too bad. Defense, but, you know, a little bit of attack in it ain't too bad. So that was him. We'll come to Gnut last. Mausoleum Mage, dude, this guy's frost set put in so much work. He got frost set through some missions, and this thing was so handy with the extra freezes that it applied. We just had it because we had some HP on it. You know, that one had a little bit of speed, that one had some speed, and that one had some decent speed actually. And then we just put him on speed there and some speed boots that aren't even maxed, and dude was cooking. This one, HP defense spread, that was... Dude, just some HP up top. And this one was defense with a little bit of speed and HP, so that's what we slapped on him. Tagoar, this guy carried my runs. This guy absolutely carried. This was a pair of speed boots that I actually landed from the Nightmare campaign mode, so that was really good. I already went through these pieces where we got them from, and that was just a head that we had from the speed set. Then Uugo I beefed up a little bit later on, got her to like that bit faster speed so that she was faster than my damage dealers to put the defense break on. You know, she got this one, which is not too bad, a little bit of accuracy, rolled everything into HP, which kind of sucked, but hey, it is what it is. Still a farmable piece there. Those were some HP gloves with a little bit of speed. Bit of speed on that. What did that have? Bit of speed on that, 16, not too bad. And then a bit of speed on that, that's still a 4-star. So that's what she was on. Then we had that, and that. The res with the speed was nice, so we take any amount of speed we can get. And they were the main ones I was using. I was also using Elenaril a bit. Once again, just some crafted gear, some farmable gear, and a couple pieces that I landed that had speed and a bit of crit rate and accuracy. So that was Elenaril. I didn't use her as much towards the end, but she was really, really good in the early game. She synergizes really well with the Supreme Gallic. And that was pretty much it. Him, I haven't really used him too much since the very early stages of getting him. And then we have Gnut. Now, he got lucky on the pieces we got from the Nightmare campaign. We got a crit damage one that rolled 14% crit rate. Unfortunately, like this piece could have been god tier. We rolled 2 into flat defense. If they went to speed and crit rate, this would have been insane, but hey, it is what it is. This one we got some HP, some 13% crit rate, and had the defense main stats, so that was good enough. And this one had the speed, crit rate, and defense, which was really solid. So those were all my Nightmare campaign pieces. And then obviously these were 2 crafted pieces. 17% crit rate was really nice, a little bit of accuracy, and then 6% crit rate, but had the 18 speed, which was really solid. So that's how we got him beefed up. Then this one was the 14% defense. This one was the accuracy that we had and a bit of defense. And then this one sucked. This is my only dwarf banner, so it is what it is. So those are the champions. Now, let me talk about quickly, if I didn't have Gnut, what would I have done instead, now in hindsight looking at it? So instead of him and Alice, the 2 champions I would have built up, which would have left me much lower on clan boss damage for sure, but I think we still would have got through the dungeons, because I'll go ahead and talk through the dungeons in a sec. But instead of those 2, I would have done Arbiter. Arbiter just basically to replace Gnut in his position in what he does. Obviously no multi-hit, which the multi-hit is huge. Obviously the freeze is huge. The attack break's huge. Like, he's got a lot of extra, but obviously Arbiter for that purpose of turn denial, especially on things like the spider, is going to be huge. And then obviously for the big nuke as well that he has. And I will eventually test this. I'll just slap Gnut's gear on Arbiter, maybe get him to 5-star and see how he goes, and then test that out. And then instead of Alice, the one that I would have done would have been Morag, because you can get Morag really quick. I think I got her on like day 23 or 24. And I would have gone ahead and built the Morag out for once again, she could be used on the clan boss. She does have the strengthen buff as well, which is really nice. So she does have some mitigation for that, but also for the Fire Knight, because the problem would have been Fire Knight, because at the end of the day, when we go ahead and look to the dungeons and what we did, now dragons is easy. Like stage 25 dragon, I did a test with that using my Alice. We cleared that easy, Alice instead of Gnut, and it was no problems. But once again, I think instead of Gnut, if we had what's his face in there, Morag in there, I think we would have been fine. I think I could put Elenaril in there if I put better gear on her, and we should be pretty fine. I do think we can just get through the dragon pretty well. A big thing for the dragon is having your War Master or Giant Slayers, because they do that big chunk of damage, which really helps you break through the shield. So yeah, that's kind of the way I see dragons. As we move on from that, like dragons is probably the easiest one. Ice Golem just sucks because it's slow. I haven't tried to push any of these past the missions. Ice Golem, I honestly think we could take out Gnut, because I had his skill 3 off for this, because he would just do too much damage to the boss and get us killed. I think I could just take him out and 4-man this and not even stress about it. So maybe I take, Elenaril in for a bit of speed on the waves, or maybe I bring in the Bellower for a bit of control, whatever. Or, if you had Armiger build up, you just bring in him, try and kill the golems, and you're pretty much good to go. So yeah, I think this one's no issue. This is just an annoying, I hate Ice Golem. It's just too slow to farm. I hate slow farming. Then Fire Knight's Castle, once again. So the team we were using, we haven't tried to push past this. This was the team we were using. Obviously got multi-hits. And then with the Mausoleum Mage, he does have the, if I go over and take a look at it for you guys. So Mausoleum Mage was super clutch for that, in that he has the faultless defense, which reflects damage if they've got his defense buff up. Now, the lack of synergy here is with Tagoar, because Tagoar puts a shield up, and then the shield prevents the proc of this. But if I just turn the shield, the revive off, because I know everyone can survive, then you can still get these procs. It basically reduces the counter by 5 every time he attacks, as long as you got your AoE defense up, buff up, which is pretty solid in general. So he's only a single hitter, but he does have that due to his soul, which, makes things a lot more efficient in the Fire Knight, which you can do over there. But once again, if I didn't have these two, it's in a setup, and I don't want to lose the setup. But yeah, if I didn't have Alice and Gnut, I would have put in Armiger, and then, like I said, would have built up Morag, and I think we could definitely get it done 20 times on auto, especially with, after a month of gear, what we've got without even farming gear. I think this would have been perfectly doable. I may even test that out, but I really want to build Arbiter next, instead of testing some of these things. So I've got this video on record, so I can see what gear I exactly had, and I might retry this with the exact same gear to see if it works in the future. Then the only remaining one is Spider. Spider 20 is so easy. You can see our record's 36 seconds, because Gnut basically, with this one, we defense break, and then we just chunk the Spider for about I don't know, 60% of his health with Gnut. But once again, if I didn't have Gnut, I would just put in the Armiger. I think it would be pretty much the same thing. We've got the pretty solid burn damage. We've got double cleansers and 3 healers, and the revives. So I don't think this would be too much of an issue without that. I did one test using Gnut with his skill 3 off. We got through it, no worries. Obviously, he reduces by 45 per turn as opposed to the 30 that Armiger does, but I think it would have been pretty fine anyway. The Supreme Gallic's just so clutch for this, is pretty much where it sits. Also, the Mausoleum Mage being able to tank all the spiders all the time is really nice. Now, he does die, but he just gets revived, and then he just goes again, because he puts his immunity up, and then the spiders attack, so he doesn't get the poisons, and then he like normally gets the shield. It's pretty solid all around. So that's what I would do if I didn't have Gnut, and I will test that out in the future as well. Like I said, the only one I pushed past it was Dragons into hard mode. I may try all of them and just see how far we can go for the fun of it. But the Dragons was the only one I did because there was the 3x speed drops, and I got no speed drops, so I gave up on that. So that was where we were at. Now, the other thing is the elephant in the room with the Gnut. Where did he help me? He definitely helped me in Doom Tower. Like, there's no way I was getting through some of these hard mode stages. Normal definitely would have taken me a bit longer to clear, so maybe I wouldn't have had some of the extra, chickens and stuff that got me through it. But, I do think with an Armiger built up, we could have got somewhere. I think this guy would have been a massive issue for me without him, because running Armiger Elfguard as opposed to Armiger with Gnut, I think this might have been a tricky one. This might have taken me a little bit longer to get geared up to the point where I could have done it. But besides that, obviously he did help me over there. Now, that's pretty much everything on where we got to along the way. With the account, Faction Wars, we're not doing too well in Faction Wars, to be honest. I built pretty narrow, so we've got to jump in and start focusing on that. Like I said, I will start building some Barbarians as well to start looking at that side of things. Over here, what else do we have over here? I think, honestly, tournaments were huge, especially the Tag Arena and Classic Arena tournaments, just to get some extra gear. Now, those pieces of gear, I don't have anyone on those sets, but, like, dude, I got so many of those pieces of gear. You can see, like, all the 5 and 6 stars over here. Just none of them are really good enough to make a set. This gear set just hates me. But, it was really nice with some of those tournaments going ahead and getting some of that gear. So that is the account. Once again, day 30 free to play. We got the Arbiter, which is pretty nice, on the same day as we got the High Cartoon. So, I'll probably build up High Cartoon once again for the Barbarians, but also as, so I got 2 speed leads / boosters to bring into real-time arena to have a bit of fun in there. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with getting the Arbiter already. I have no idea if I've got gear sets. I'm going to have to strip some people to get her decently fast. I'm not going to get her crazy fast, but, we'll see where we can get her to. Hopefully get a soul on her as well. We also really want to get a soul on Gnut, but, I think we've done pretty well in getting the Mausoleum. Mausoleum Mage was a big pickup for Fire Knight. Was really, really nice. We got the Supreme Gallic, which was nice just to get that extra HP on him more than anything. Same with the Tagoar, that really helped him with his carrying. And then obviously Alice was just OP because we got so many souls free, and she just absolutely slaps with that Brimstone. It is nuts. You can see it in the damage she was doing in Clan Boss, that Brimstone is huge for her. Now that she is gone, once again, we'll have to reassess, but I think definitely Armiger and Morag would be the 2 I would go to instead of these 2 to go ahead and build. And if you were doing that, it would mean Armiger would have to be like instead of Alice. So the order I went was Supreme Gallic, then I went to Gore. That's definitely first 2 I would do. And then after that, I went Alice and never really used her. But instead of Alice, that's when I would probably go ahead and do the Armiger, because you wouldn't have Morag by that time. And then I would do Uugo after that. And that would leave you with, once again, you don't have to do Elenaril. You could do another magic. You could swap someone else out for that. But then I would have done Elenaril, Mausoleum Mage, Bellower, and then also the Morag. And that would have covered your final 4 elements. So that's pretty much the path I would have taken. And I think we could have done pretty solidly with that anyway. But once again, I'm just starting to ramble. I'm pretty excited. I want to go ahead and start leveling up this Arbiter and building her. We can get her 6-star today, which is really, really handy because we do have the Champion Training Tournament, which I kind of want to max this bad boy out. So I'll burn all my energy today trying to get this to the 10-5, and hopefully we can get the Gnut Soul from the whatever those stones are that we get over there from this summon pool. Like, I mean, it's a low chance, but hey, if we get him or if we get Uugo or Tagoar, I'd be pretty happy. Anyway, guys, I will keep updating you as we go. I'm now going to work on making, once again, I'm going to start trying to build up those, the Morag. I'm going to start trying to build up the Armiger and then go in and test some of these dungeons for raw free-to-play teams that you can build with absolutely free champions and go in and sort of crush some of these dungeons. But that is going to be it for this one. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.